So I hope by now many of you have taken a chance to see Coming to America Part 2. Now, if you have not seen it yet, I would suggest that you don't watch this video because I'm going to discuss, certain parts of the movie if you have not seen it. But okay, so you have been warned. Now, we know the first, Coming to America came out, in the 80s. I remember when the first Coming to America actually came out. Iconic movie, very funny, of course. But now, 30 years later, they release part 2 to this movie. Now, I was not expecting Coming to America 2 to be Coming to America 1. You have to understand, 30 years later, we have a different time period, different climate. Comedians, have to hold back to a point, minus Dave Chappelle, hold back to a point. If you remember, people starting this rumbling about Eddie Murphy and some of his jokes in, one of the great comedies that he done called Raw. You know what I'm saying? Comedians can't really be, who they are anymore. And that sucks for the people. One thing that I cannot stand is that politics need to stay out of some things, especially comedy. Now, comedians can joke about politics, but I mean, don't come in there trying to regulate a comedian like you would relegate a politician. That's not the same thing. You get what I'm saying? It's different when you have someone that has power saying something racial or something bad like that versus a comedian. And a comedian's got his limits. I know about the Michael Richards situation. He was screaming all the N-words. I mean, that's totally different too. But with the movie itself, for me, I laughed all the way through with it. For me, I thought it was funny. I mean, some people, said they were disappointed in it. Well, it wasn't like the first one. It's not going to be the first one. And I didn't expect it to be. And I would kind of be mad if it was the first one to a point. Now, yes, it kind of told a similar storyline because, he had, the sister from the first one. And then he had his daughters, as well. But he didn't have a son. So they were saying that, well, they have to have a son or a man to take the throne. It couldn't be a woman, but his kids, especially his oldest daughter, had trained to really take the throne. And at a time period, so he found out he had a son and everything, went back to America to look for this particular son that he had with the character Leslie Jones. Now, Leslie Jones in the movie was funny to me. I was laughing at her all the way. She was just like she was having a good time in the movie. Now, Wesley Snipes, he was in the movie, and Wesley had me laughing too. I like to see Wesley do some movies. Now, the only thing I'm talking about Wesley Snipes, Marvel Studios are mad at y'all about the Blade situation. Yes, I like Mahershala Ali. He's good, but y'all should put Wesley Snipes in that movie some way, somehow. I don't know if you can do a multiverse version of Blade. I don't know. Do something, but put Wesley in there because Wesley is the reason why Marvel is even where they are today. But Michael Blackson was in it. He had a part in it. That was funny as well. Lunel, she was in the movie too, but she didn't really do a whole lot. Now, Tracy Morgan. I like what he was doing in the movie as well. Tracy Morgan kind of just being himself because, after he had that car accident, they didn't know that Tracy Morgan would even come back again after that car accident. So, that brother definitely in the movie. I liked the clothes. Definitely, they did it. But I think the sister that did the costumes, everything from Black Panther, had done this movie. Now, this movie, of course, is about Zamunda, which is a fictional African country. I heard, down some, brothers and sisters from the continent didn't like the way certain things were being presented. Zamunda is fictional. It's not, an African country. So, but my thing is the positive things we want to look at is, hey, when you have, African Americans coming together to do, movies, to at least present the cultures, that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. We need to get together. That's my thing. You've seen some of the iconic characters like the barbershop and the preacher and, all just different ones that we have seen back in the day. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed myself with the movie. That's for sure. The storyline, like I said, was just, like I said, kind of the same, but just a little different. And that's probably what some people kind of maybe didn't like. They was kind of the same thing. He just went to find a son that he didn't know he had, to bring over and all of that. So I get that, but for me, I enjoyed that it was a black cast. Brother Tyler Perry, allowed them to film that movie at his studios. So shout out to Tyler Perry for that. And that's what I said, that Tyler Perry, he should be the main person everybody go to film their movies. I mean, he got one of the biggest studios in America, so it would be a no-brainer not to go holler at Brother Tyler over there. Let's see if we can, do a movie. But, also, like I said, James Earl Jones, like you say, James Earl Jones look good for his age. He really do. Every time, you hear his voice, you think Darth Vader, because he made the iconic voice of Darth Vader. So I didn't see the mom in the movie. They didn't explain like what happened to the mom, Hakeem's mom. They didn't explain Hakeem. I'm sorry. They didn't explain his mom. They show her picture. They didn't explain it. So, I don't know like what happened to that situation, and if that sister had passed away like in real life, please let me know. I didn't know if that happened, but maybe it would, if she is alive, maybe it's some contract. I don't know, but they still didn't explain what happened to the mom. In that. Now the funny part too is about the funeral. He's like, I want to have my funeral when I'm alive. I'm like, oh, you for real? And he had his own funeral while he's sitting there watching everybody. Then he's a slump over and died. I was like, well, you know what? That may start a trend. If you think you in your deathbed, say, well, have your funeral while you're there and enjoy it, I guess. That's a new one. But, I've seen videos where black folks have taken a dead body and set them up and with they king chair with their cup and they money and everything. Listen, yes, they have some black folks that done that. So that's not too far-fetched of what we would do as black folk. But like I said, I wasn't disappointed. Like I said, you guys have to understand as well, comedy is supposed to be what it is, comedy. Let's not bring all that serious things into trying to, because we so political right now that we don't know when to pull back on that and take a break and just say, look, I don't want to hear all that right now. Listen, I cover serious topics all the time. I cover it all. But there are times that I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear that. I want to be in a place I can just watch a movie, enjoy myself, especially a comedy. I want to laugh because they say laughter does the heart good like medicine. So don't be a person that always trying to, peel back every little layer of a movie you're watching. It's a movie. It's like you say, make believe. Let it be that. Of course, this can't happen in real life. Of course, this person can't jump that high or shoot the gun, so steady. Or of course they can't. It's a movie, and people need to let movies be movies and just enjoy them for what they are, and not get so serious about them. But that's just my, take on Coming to America 2. I really enjoyed it. Some people felt they should have left it alone, but no, I actually enjoyed this one. We watched it with family and everything, and and I suggest watch it with your family if you've not watched it yet. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation with Coming to America 2. Have you seen it? Did you like it? Did you didn't like it? Let us know, your opinion either way.